Hey guys, it's Patrice Adeline from beautytimern.com. I decided that I wanted to do a question and answer today because I do get a lot of questions, and if one person has a question, I'm sure other people do too. And I am actually in Newport at Castle Hill Inn. We actually come here quite frequently and check out the view. And I have my partner today to help me with some questions. So he's going to be reading them off to me and I will be answering them.
Usually just behind the scenes, but today actively.
Alright, so what's the first question?
What is filler for tear troughs?
Alright, so what is filler for tear troughs? So your tear troughs, and I'm just going to show you guys, are like right underneath here, which is the indentation or the hollows underneath your eyes. And the reason people get these filled in is because it creates like a nice transition, so it makes your eye bags look less apparent, and then it can also help with the darkness of the circles because since you have more volume there, your eyes won't be as dark. Usually people have dark circles because the skin there is so thin that the darkness usually comes out pretty well. It is a technique that's usually more advanced, so not all places will offer this, and it is usually a higher priced area to do just because it's an experienced technique that needs to be used for it, and there's a lot more safety concerns when it comes with it. Alright, what's the second question?
I want to wear sunscreen every day, but it makes my skin feel dry.
Alright, so this is probably...
Oh, this one is from Dylan.
Yes, shout out to
Dylan
Madden. This is actually a pretty popular question just because when it's summertime, you kind of just want to be able to put on your sunscreen, go outside. You don't really want to have to worry about a lot of different steps in your skincare routine. But if you do have really dry skin, you might want to just add a moisturizer before the sunscreen and just layer it on. The moisturizer just has to be, like, you have to let it sink into your skin. If not, you're just going to dilute the sunscreen. Or you could actually also buy a sunscreen that has, or a moisturizer that has SPF in it, and just go with that route as well.
Can you drink before or after getting botox or filler?
Alright, so like best practices is you should avoid any alcohol 48 hours before getting any injections and 24 hours after. And the reason for this is because alcohol can actually thin your blood a little bit, so you want to avoid it just to like minimize any bleeding during the injections or avoid any bruising afterwards. However, it's not like mandatory that you can't have a glass of wine the night before. This isn't like a prerequisite. I don't usually ask my patients if they had a glass of wine before or the night before. So it is really just best practices if you want to follow that, like especially if you have an event coming up, so you really want to just do everything you can to not get a bruise.
What are the ways that you can treat acne scars on your cheeks?
Alright, so this is a very common question as well. Acne scars are so common, and whether it's the texture or just the color, like some people just have red acne scars and other people have like little marks of where their acne was. You can treat both. The redness you will need a laser for, and the texturing of it you could either do a laser, you could do a chemical peel, you can do microneedling. There's a lot of different options. They all have a different downtime. They all cost very differently, so it kind of depends, but they all require several treatments, so it can take a while to get rid of them. Like it can be a couple of months of treatment to get rid of them.
What is breast implant illness?
Alright, so I've had a few breast implant illness activists comment on some of my videos regarding what is BII, right? Is that the abbreviation for it? So breast implants are actually one of the most studied medical devices So they are very, very safe. There is no actual diagnosis of breast implant illness. And what I mean by that is there are these women that claim that their breast implants have made them very ill. And there's online advocate groups where they all get together and they try to bring breast implant illness to light and have everyone believe that, you know, this can happen, which I don't know if it can or not. There's no science behind it. There's no evidence behind it. There's never been a diagnosis of it by a doctor. So I don't know. But there are a few women out there that have claimed that their breast implants have made them ill.
What do you think about Sculptra?
All right, so Sculptra is actually like a collagen stimulator. People often get it when they have like depleted temples in their cheeks, if they have really hollow cheeks. Recently, people have been getting it in their butt as well. There's been a lot of claims out there that that's what the Kardashians have done, that they've just had a lot of Sculptra injected in there because they don't have implants. So what this is, it stimulates collagen, so you're producing your own collagen, and it kind of emulates what a filler would do, which is add volume to an area. But the results aren't immediate like filler. It takes anywhere between 3 to 8 months for the collagen to build, but it's long lasting. So unlike filler that lasts 1 to 2 years, Sculptra can last a long time. The studies were done, they ended at 2 years, so past the 2-year mark, they didn't follow up with the people that had it injected to see if they still had it, but at 2 years, they all fully still had the benefits of the injection. So it's just one of those injections that you have to find a good candidate for it, because you have to find somebody that's patient enough to wait 3 to 8 months for their results.
What is your skincare routine?
Okay, so right now it's summertime, so I do a Jan Marini Bioglycolic Cleanser. I do the Gorilla U Serum, the L'Oreal Hydrogenius, which is my moisturizer, and then on top of that I will do an Elta MD sunscreen.
Can UFC fighters have breast implants? I think this one came from Jackson Schultz, asking if Paige Van Zandt had them.
So yeah, so a lot of UFC fighters get breast implants, and Paige recently came forth and said that she did indeed have them, and actually very recently, like I think within the past like month or so, she had her breasts done. And the thing about breast implants nowadays, they're so advanced, they're much safer than they ever used to be, so a lot of athletes are able to get them without them interfering with any of their professional abilities. Sometimes though, this is a conversation that they're going to need to have with their doctor, because they might need to get smaller implants, they might need to go over the muscle, the implants will most likely need to kind of just be picked based on what they do as their career. But it's definitely something that UFC fighters can get.
So that was the last question.
Oh, okay, that was the last question. I was thinking that I would do these pretty often just to answer everyone's question. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Check out my website, beautytimern.com, and my YouTube channel, beautytimern, and my Twitter. And if you have any questions, please let me know and I will answer them on the next video. If you want them to be anonymous, that's fine as well. So just let me know on that too. And I will see you guys next time.